So, Orchard Rescue Weedbadger Part 2. I've been out using the Weedbadger. I'll kind of go through what I've been doing, but I've encountered a breakdown and wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So I was coming down a row here, and all of a sudden I had a fountain, literal fountain of hydraulic fluid shooting up into the air behind me. And what's happened is this hose came off of its fitting down here. This needs to swivel, it's part of design, but I'm pretty sure that this fitting is not the correct one. And you can see how this fitting is a hydraulic fitting with the proper male-female end and screwed together. This, on the other hand, was held together with a hose clamp, and it held for a little while, but it is given way, and you can see the result of the oil even up on the tractor tire and all over the place. The only good thing is I didn't get a shower of it, so I'll take that as a good thing. I did, upon investigation, find some things that I had missed when reviewing this initially. I found some more electrical tape fixes here on this hose, and then the hose that actually blew off, I traced it back and found that it's got a severe kink in it, because it's been pulled through and around, and is still, I went to put it back onto the fitting, and it's just short. So this really had to be stretched to get it to go on. It's very frustrating because you saw it with the Valdez. Everything here is a rig, a jury rig, and trying to come and fix this and get it operational, which I think it would work great. Actually, it was working pretty good until I had this issue. So I'm going to have to quit for today and get some proper fittings and some new holes. I think I'm satisfied with the performance enough to invest further into it with these new hoses and fittings and so forth. So, that's that. Let me spend some time showing what work I have done on it to get it going. So I talked about the solenoids last time, or the last video, and I've rewired the solenoids, and I ended up using a trailer wire package. It has 4 wires, and I used that because I had it on hand. I had it left over from something else, and it's going to work quite fine. The other thing that went well with this is the ability to easily connect and disconnect it from the controller here. The other thing I did from a wiring standpoint is I installed a 12-volt outlet here. Previously, the power to the control box was one red wire, and it was long, and it was run to either the battery all the way up front or to some hot wire. I don't know, but it was just a dangly wire when I started putting this back together. The outlet I've run to a keyed source, so it comes on whenever the key is on, like an accessory, and then it's also grounded. And then I'm just using a cigarette lighter type plug to connect it, and it's just much cleaner. Plus other implements that need power I can plug in the same way. And if I need to charge up my my iPhone along the way, I can do that too. The other thing I engineered, so to speak, and I don't consider this a rig too much because it's working quite well. The swing arm that has the mower disc on the end of it, I have to get that swung pretty far out in order to get it underneath the trees. And what I've done after looking at some different options is I took a heavy-duty chain and I used grade 8 bolts on each end to secure this and replace a stabilizer bar. So this chain is actually replacing the stabilizer bar. I couldn't find, or didn't want to find, one that needed to go out this far. That's a good 5-6 feet to get it, the swing arm out to where it would reach under the trees. The arm pulls away from the tractor naturally due to physics, because the mower head, the disc, actually drags the ground, so the arm is going to pull away from the tractor. Additionally, the centrifugal force that drives the blades also is a pulling motion that is away from the tractor, so it keeps that chain fairly taut, and even going and making a turn at the end of the row. So I'm pleased with that. I think that was a good solution for going up and down the rows and allowing us to get underneath these big trees. So here's a row that I worked on prior to the breakdown, and you can see that it cleaned out the tall weeds that were in between the trees, mowed them down pretty well, and the in and out function where I can move the blade in and out away from the trees, which I wanted to demonstrate and record, but had the breakdown before I could get that set up. Am cleaning out pretty well, and I think it does a fairly good job. My only criticism of it is the cutting width. Cuts about 30 inches at a time, and that requires a couple of passes, 3 or 4 passes to get a row done. And I would like to see it have a bigger cutting head on it where you don't have to make as many trips up and down the rows. We could try to bush hog a little closer to the trees, but there's only so far you can go. If you look down the row here, they're only so wide, and so you have to keep the tractor kind of in the middle, otherwise you're hitting branches all the time. And so you're really trying to reach out underneath these limbs that hang over the equipment row that we use to go down and mow and also apply our spray application. So that's where the swing arm of the Weedbadger comes in handy, and getting it stretched out in there underneath these trees works pretty well to try to get that grass cut down that we normally would have controlled throughout the year with herbicide, but weren't able to do so because of some equipment problem, if you can believe that.